Well, hello there everyone. So today's video is going to be an art haul and it's going to be a pretty massive one. Now make sure to stay tuned to the end for something pretty exciting. But until then, the main things that I've got were from Hobbycraft. I did an order there recently because they had an art sale on. Now they do that fairly regular and that's the only time really I will buy from there because otherwise the prices are a bit higher. I prefer to shop online, but when they have the art sale on, you can get some really good deals and I definitely did this time. So the majority is going to be from Hobbycraft, but let's just get right into it. I'm going to start out with paints. So let me just open this up. Bit noisy. Now I used to paint more when I was younger, but I've kind of neglected it for so long. And I really want to start getting back into it, but obviously to be able to paint, you gotta have paint. So I basically got to start my collection almost from scratch. And I kind of thought the sale at Hobbycraft is a perfect time to do that. So let me just get all these out. So here are the paints that I got this time around. And there's also a varnish as well because I have an idea for that. But anyway, why don't we just start with that because I've already kind of looked at it. So I got some varnish because I don't have any and I thought it would be something handy to have to be able to seal anything obviously, and also because I do have a few ideas of things that I want to do where I think I really would need a varnish. And I did have a look around for prices and things like that, but because they had the sale on, this was, to be honest, as good as prices anywhere else, if not better. So I did get it from there. So I have a little varnish. Hopefully it should last a decent amount of time, even though it's a fairly small one. And just while we're at it, that's also why I got this. I got a pretty big tub of gesso, which I've never had before. I've never used gesso before. I know of it, obviously, but when I was painting when I was younger, it's not really something I knew of back then. This was quite a lot of years ago. But I got some of that because some of the ideas that I have, which by the way, might as well just show you, is gonna probably this be quite useful for along with the varnish. So just something I kind of thought I wanted to do is I have this phone stand from IKEA and I'm not a huge fan of wood, so what I thought would be kind of fun to do is actually paint this and basically customize it. So that's why I thought need the gesso for that, and then obviously the varnish to seal it when I'm done so I can use it without hopefully worrying about what I've done on it is gonna come peeling back off. So hopefully I'll be doing this soon, and who knows, I might even do it as a video. But yeah, those were just the kind of two basic things there, things that I didn't have already. Now let's get straight into the paints. So just have a little look at the colors. I didn't get loads of colors, just got a nice little selection of some, I guess, really nice favorite colors and stuff. So I got a violet cobalt, obviously purple, can't go wrong with that, not for me anyway, and a oriental violet, so two different shades of purple basically. And I've got some, I guess you could say greens and blues, but then I got turquoise blue, and I've got iridescent green blue. Now there is also a couple of iridescent ones because I do like that kind of thing, and iridescent paints and that isn't something I've worked the most with even in the past, so I thought why not try that out. And all these colours go lovely together. They would be lovely in a piece by themselves, something along these lines. Then I have a phthalocyanine emerald. Actually I think it's a little bit more green than it looks on the camera, but regardless, still goes nice with these. What do I have then? Oh, gotta just look at this one. They had a copper one, so an iridescent copper, so I had to get that because I love copper and metallic paints in general, so I had to get that. I'm not sure what it's going to be like, how good it is, but can only find that out by trying, and that'd be beautiful as well with the purples and the kind of blues and turquoise. So what we have next, might as well move on to the silver, iridescent silver of course, and they will go lovely together. Again, not quite sure how opaque and that is going to be, but gotta try it out. Then I got this green earth, just kind of I thought it'd probably be handy to have like a basic green, especially if you want to do some kind of nature things and landscape things. Then of course, gotta have a Mars black there to be able to mix anything or just use as a black. And then of course also a white. So just the basic ones, but then as you can see, it's not loads of different colors, but it's just like a nice little selection. And obviously I'm going to keep getting more colors, hopefully, when they keep doing the art sales, because that's just something I want to mention. Normally for these tubes here, they're about, I think pretty much everywhere, about £4 each. And with the sale, it was 50% off. So that alone was £2. That are £2, which obviously I'd rather pay that, anyone would, than the normal price. So that's why I thought it was a perfect opportunity to get quite a few. But then on top of that, I did also have a voucher. I'm not really sure from where, I don't remember. But what I actually ended up paying for each of these tubes was £1.60. So less than half price of the original price. So I'll say that's a pretty good deal. And I'm definitely going to be getting more colours as well. So I'm very intrigued by kind of using these and obviously building my collection of paint again, so kind of rebuilding it up from scratch. So yeah, that is the paint. And then some more paint that I got with these here. So these are watercolor paints, but they're actually pearl paints. So the finish on them is pearlescent, which is why I got them, and because it was quite cheap. I think this whole palette was only a few pounds, and it had actually a pretty good review, so I thought give it a try, why not? Because I do like the look of pearlescent finishes and paints and that as well, and it's not really something I've worked with in watercolors before, so I thought why not. And it even comes with a little brush that actually looks somewhat decent, and there's quite a few colours there, so I'm quite curious about playing around with them and see how pearlescent they actually are when using them. Now to go along with all the paint, I got myself some palettes, because I do have a few, but I don't think you can probably ever have too many of these. And the ones I have are kind of having use. And I think I could do with just having a few more, because, you know, if you have different things going at the same time, or if you haven't really cleaned a palette and you got a different one you can take instead, but until you get that cleaned. But anyway, so I got the kind of basic flower one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 13 compartments I see. So there's quite a bit there for different colours. Thought that was handy. I got a set here again because all these were really cheap as well, and they were in the sale. They were already cheap and then they were in the sale, so they were half price of the cheap price already. So again, I thought why not? So here, that's a set of a basic round one, again quite a few compartments, and then a different kind of rectangle one, that's a different style, and then that small one at the top. And it also comes with a few palette knives, I think 2. Just plastic ones, obviously it's quite cheap. It's just something, I don't have any palette knives, so just something to start out with. And then I've got these 2 here again because they were really cheap. And these ones specifically I thought would be kind of handy because I recently, in one of my scroller boxes, I got some liquid watercolor paint. So obviously you have to kind of squirt that out first and then use it, but then it dries up, but you can still use it. So I maybe thought that these would be perfect to use for paints like that, where you can then save them in the palette and obviously then go back and reactivate with water again. So I thought they would work quite nicely with that, and again because they were cheap, get a few and then you don't have to worry about having them and maybe keeping them just for that purpose. Now, of course, I also need something to put all of these paints on. So I got a couple of canvas-like things. So first of all, this little block of paper. So this is watercolor postcard paper. So it's the perfect size for cute little postcards, and it's nice watercolor paper there. I do have watercolor paper, but I just saw this, and again, it was in the sale. It was cheap, and I thought, why not one? If you want to make little postcards, obviously you can do that, or just nice little paintings in this size. Or even if not actually use them for something final, they could be nice little swatch cards if you kind of need to do some swatches but you don't want to waste a big piece of paper. That I thought as well they could be quite handy for. And there's 15 sheets in that, so that's pretty good. And then I got this here, which is an MDF board to paint on, because I wanted to try it. I've never painted on wood or MDF board before. I've only ever painted on actual canvases. So I just kind of thought to try it, why not? A pretty standard size. Yeah, it's an A4 and 12mm thick. So I have that to try one day. And finally, I got a canvas as well, just because I really kind of like the idea of a different shape canvas instead of just the usual rectangle ones, which I do like, of course, but I saw this round one also sale and everything, and the price was decent, so I thought, why not give this a go? This is 30 centimeters in diameter, so I have a round canvas. You could get them bigger or smaller, but I thought this was a pretty nice size, and I just thought it was something interesting. Instead of just the usual shape, it would give a very different kind of look to whatever piece you put on there. I'm kind of picturing something a bit landscape, like maybe sea or something, but who knows. I just got it, so obviously I have it to use with my paints. And the final things from Hobbycraft were some pads of paper. So one, I just kind of think it's nice to have, so it can come in handy at any point. So I got a pack of 50 sheets of A4 premium card, and these are all purple shades. So down here are all the colors, and there's 10 sheets of each of the 5 colors. So you can kind of see there on the side, and obviously it's got to be purple. They have it in other colorways as well, and in like a multicolor rainbow version. So I kind of thought that'd be handy. And also I got this paper pad, which is an ombre one. So it's got 8 different colorways. So let's have a little look. So it's kind of, each sheet is an ombre effect, but I think there was 2 of each colorway. So there's, for instance, 2 of this, and then it goes with like a different colorway in the ombre effect. That is really nice, that kind of like turquoise, blue and purple. And then some pinks and peach. And I just kind of really like the look of it. I don't necessarily specifically have certain ideas for these paper packs at the moment. I have played around with the idea a little bit of maybe wanting to do kind of some paper art in the future, you know, where you kind of cut out artwork and maybe even different layers and create artwork with paper. So obviously that's a possibility for the future. I have also done that in the past when I was younger. So there is that I maybe would like to do in the future. But also I thought these would actually work quite nicely for photography backgrounds. Obviously the purple, for obvious reasons, different colours. And then this one I thought would be really nice as like a background for photography, for whether it's products or something like that. So I kind of just thought it would be handy for that as well, whether I want to use the paper for paper art or for backgrounds. I just thought they would be handy. Now moving on from Hobbycraft, because that was everything I got in that order for a really good deal, but I did then get some actual canvases, and these ones are from Amazon. So it's a pack of, there's 5, they don't even fit in the frame. I'll do some kind of footage on the side. They are 30 by 40 centimeters, so these are obviously the regular rectangle shaped canvas, and I kind of thought this was a really nice size, so it's not too small and not too big, kind of in between, just kind of to have them. And while I'm kind of getting started back into things, because like I said, I haven't painted in so long, so this would be quite a nice size. You could get them bigger and smaller, but like I said, this was a nice size to kind of get back into without having it to be too big and maybe a little bit intimidating. So I actually got 2 packs of them. There's 5 in each, so I have 10 of this size canvases, and again they were a really good price just from Amazon. I'll see if I can put a link in the description box down below, but it's actually quite good looking for canvases on Amazon, I've found, and they also seem to have pretty good reviews. So that is the typical art supply part of the haul, and we kind of gotten to the end now where it says it's going to be something very exciting, and I got something which conveniently was literally delivered today. So I didn't really plan for this to be part of it, but I thought, why not? It's just been delivered, so why not have it be part of it, because I very much plan to use it for art. So it's something I've been waiting for a very long time. Technically it's 2 things, but let me just bring it in. So here we have a little sneak peek, or teaser I guess, Apple pencil. Because this wasn't delivered today, I had this for a little bit because I was waiting for this that was delivered today, my new iPad Pro. So yeah, I've basically been waiting for this for so long. Obviously I pre-ordered it on the day that it went live. So I've been waiting since then. But prior to that, I've been wanting to get an iPad Pro for so long that I've just become so impatient, and obviously waiting with their announcements and when they were actually going to be released and all that. But finally today it's arrived. So I can actually then pair my Apple Pencil with something now and actually try it out, because I've just had this lying around and I've never used this before or anything either. So the iPad we already have would have to be the first version of the Apple Pencil, and I didn't really want to buy that in order to then decide actually I want a new iPad and then get the second pencil. So that's why I thought I'll just wait to get the second one. So yeah, I'm very excited about this. I have been waiting for so long, like I've said, and I've just really been craving, I guess, had a desire for so long to get into digital art, and I just felt like for me the iPad Pro was the way to go with the Apple Pencil. So it's finally here. So I basically now just need to open it up and start playing with it, and I'm planning on trying out and hopefully get good at using Procreate. So yeah, this is the last part of the haul. Something, in my opinion, very exciting. I've been waiting on for a very long time. Obviously the rest was very exciting as well. I'm very anxious about using all of the things and can't wait for all that, but this was basically the haul. Even though it's technology, it's still art related. I justify it because obviously it's going to be for digital art mainly. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching it. A little haul and maybe a teaser of some things that I'm planning on doing and playing around with in the future. But thank you so much for watching it, and I'll see you in the next one.